most important team in college football? If I were to ask you guys around the room, who's the most important team in college football?
Ohio State.
That'd be a good answer. Sean Nerny.
I'm going to say Crimson Tide.
Okay, Alabama. You could argue that.
Yeah.
You could argue Georgia's the most important team. How about if I told you Pitt might have more control over 4 different teams' potential paths to the playoffs than anybody else?
That sounds crazy.
It does sound crazy until you realize who Pitt plays over the next 3 weeks. So first and foremost, Pitt controls their own destiny.
Okay.
If they win out, I believe they can go to the ACC championship game and go to the college football playoff. So that's one. Number 2, you know who they play this week? They play your team, Finn, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
Right, number 9 in the country right now.
A win over Notre Dame would knock Notre Dame out of the playoffs.
Gone.
3 losses, they're done.
Out.
You know who they play next week?
Nerny's team.
They play Sean Nerny's team.
What?
They're right here. They're right here in the ATL taking on Georgia Tech. A win if Georgia Tech, because Georgia Tech's going to beat Boston College this week.
For the win.
A win against Pittsburgh puts Georgia Tech in the ACC championship with a chance for the college football
Big
playoff.
time.
You know who they play the last week of the season?
Your team,
They
John.
play my team. They play the Miami Hurricanes, who need help. Miami's probably going to need some people to lose.
Yep.
But Pitt may hold more cards than anybody else in college football.
That's crazy. They play the 9th, 14th, and 16th ranked teams in the AP Top 25 as it stands today. And they do control their own destiny, but they also can control a lot of things if they do upset some people.
Think about it. If they could win those 3 games. One, Pitt could go to the playoffs, which nobody would have thought. They have a true freshman quarterback playing. They had a kid last year, an Eli Holstein, who started the year really good. He was the starter. He was seen as a dude. They benched him about 5 weeks ago. They put a kid named Mason Heinschel in to play quarterback. They haven't lost since then.
They've scored 30-plus points every single week.
Yeah, and I was surprised early. They took 2 losses to West Virginia and Louisville, both close losses earlier in the season. But I was surprised. I thought Pittsburgh was going to be a team that, maybe 1 loss coming to this point in the season. I will say this, as a Tech fan, I am very happy that we'll be playing this one down on the flats and not up there at Pitt.
Well, I will tell you, Brent Key has to – everything that failed them against North Carolina State – could be exacerbated against Pitt. Now, BC, you're going to have a get-right game. BC's awful on offense. They're just not a good football team. But Pitt, and that's going to be tougher, too, because you're looking ahead on a short week to Georgia. You're going to play Georgia that following Friday. You play against Georgia right here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Where's that a Saturday game? Why do I think it's Friday? I don't know.
What's that, Tech and UGA?
Yeah,
it's Friday.
That's what I thought,
Yeah, sorry.
So you have a short week, a rivalry week, but the more important game, truthfully, is Pitt.
Yeah, no doubt. And the secret is out. I mean, listen, anybody who watched the NC State game, it says, and Pitt's going to be right there because they're a running football team. Okay, we're going to run the ball. I mean, Kirby Smart, I'm sure, watched that tape. He's going to say the same exact thing. So, Brinke, luckily, I think the bye week came at a really good time because you have to revamp your defense because, teams are going to know how to attack you.
How would you guys rank BYU after losing 1 game, first game of the year? How far do they fall? Because we've seen teams fall 7 or 8 spots typically. They only fell 4 spots in the AP poll, but the College Football Playoff Committee, looking at them, they were non-competitive against Texas Tech. How far do the Cougars fall?
It's a good question. I bet it's 6 or 7 spots.
Okay.
I really do. The schedule has been fairly soft. He had 1 good win over Utah by 3 points at one point a few weeks ago. And then you get blown out 29-7 against Texas Tech, the first real team I think you faced.
Yeah, I mean, I think the fact that you did get blown out is certainly what's going to hurt you. I mean, Texas Tech is a really, really quality team this year, so I don't think losing to them would have affected you too much. But the fact that you only put up 1 score against them wasn't good.
Now, would you have them ranked above or below Georgia Tech? They now both have equal amount of losses. Tech was at least competitive against NC State. Now, defensively they weren't, but they scored all over the place. Would you have them below Vanderbilt?
I mean, I would have. Who would I have?
BYU.
BYU behind? Yeah, because they're coming off the loss. Yeah, sure.
Now, they have to be above Utah because they beat them. So,
well, I don't know, man. Notre Dame was 10 spots in front of you guys, and you beat them. So, I mean, who knows?
I was not going to bring that up.
And Finn just said, well, if Notre Dame loses, who knows, man? Notre Dame may get in the top 12 with 14 losses at the end of the year.
That's not fair. Don't you dare do that.
It's a little crazy that they were ranked at, what was it? They ranked at number 10 with 2 losses in that first?
Okay. Hater.
And they've beaten nobody. 0. They've beaten nobody.
Well, if they beat Pitt this week, are we going to be okay?
Yeah, that'd be a quality win.
Jeez Louise, you lost 2 games to start the season by 4 total points.
It's fine. Listen, it's the bias that's always
One's number 3
there.
in the country. The other one's like 15th.
They were 0-2 to start the season, and they were still ranked at the beginning of the year. Notre Dame 0-2, we're still ranked.
Hey, Notre Dame's making the playoff. You know that, right?
Not if they lose this week.
Not if they lose this week. They're not going to lose.
Oh, now you're putting
With
your Notre
22s.
Dame. You're putting your Notre Dame fandom back on.
I'm just telling you guys are being haters.
I want
big-time
Pitt
haters.
to go out. As a Tech fan, I want Pitt to go out this week and whoop up on Notre Dame.
Pitt.
I want them to get really high on themselves and then come on down to Bobby Dodd.
At Pitt, Nooner, you're home, and do your thing. Sleepy Notre Dame team comes in there. Listen, your chances is there.
Might be cold.
Good luck.
That doesn't bother Notre Dame.
We're not afraid of cold.